Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Real Steel Lunar Lite. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It will really help the channel out. Thanks. Established in 2013, Real Steel Knives is based out of Hangzhou, China, and the Lunar is their best-selling knife range. There are many different versions of the Lunar in different blade steels, handle scale materials, colors, and some with and without locks. This is the Lite version, which is a modern slip joint pocket knife. It is designed by Jakub from Poltergeist Designs. I will not even attempt to pronounce his last name because it can't be real and it must be a trick name. Let's have a look at the box. It's a very simple box in the sense that it's just a white cardboard box, but it's got a printed design. There is the line drawing of the knife, the logo, the name. So that's pretty nice. And on the back, we've got these product details and specifications. We seldom get this on a box. Now, it's a very simple presentation in terms of a box. Some of the other Chinese brands do have much more elaborate gift box type boxes. So this is actually a refreshing change. So maybe some of the cost savings goes in the box. And over here, we've got some product information. So here we have, again, specifications of the knife over here, picture of the knife, a bit of the write-up of the designer, and here we've got the whole rainbow array of the different Lunars. Now, I haven't seen all these colors on sale, just some of them. The one that I got is the black G10 scales, but that shows you the range of colors they have. That's pretty impressive. And then inside we have the knife itself in a plastic bag, and that's about it. So let's have a look at the knife itself. So as I mentioned, G10 black scales. This is a slip joint knife, so that means there's no locking mechanism. You can see it's very slim and very sleek, and of course very lightweight. So being a slip joint, it means it's legal in many countries, including the UK. And the unique thing about this particular knife is that the Real Steel Lunar has this enhanced separate half stop. So the half stop is not a new concept, but normally knives stop at a 90-degree angle. So this half stop comes in a bit earlier, and that's really to protect your fingers, to make it safer. And it enables you to close the knife with one hand as well, pretty safe. So it's an interesting feature. Now, before we get into the specs of this knife, let's do some comparisons. And we'll compare it with other slip joints. This is the Boker Tech 2 1. That is a slip joint. So smaller blade, almost about the same length. We've got the Victorinox Bantam. So that is actually a smaller knife from the Victorinox series. We've also got the Civivi Trailblazer. So that is a slip joint, but slightly bigger. And as always, an Altoids tin. Let's have a quick look at the specs of the Lunar Lite slip joint. So the blade length is 2.99 inches, just below 3 inches. The handle length is 3.9 inches, so that's a total length of 6.9 inches. The weight is 1.76 ounces or 50 grams, so it's very lightweight. This is a drop point, although it's a very shallow drop. It is a full flat grind. There is a nail nick or finger groove, which is very long and goes across both sides of the top of the blade. Bit of billboarding over there. There is a sharpening choil, and there's some jimping on the bottom, but not on the top. So I guess this is for you to choke up, and it's kind of the last line, just to make sure that your finger doesn't slip over to the front of the blade. So the thickness of the blade is 0.08 inches, which is 2.1 mm. So very slim knife, very good slicer. So I guess it fits a slip joint of this size. The blade steel is VG10. So VG10 is a high-end Japanese stainless steel. It's high in carbon and vanadium. It's one of the most popular steels in Japan. It's made by Takefu Special Steel Corporation, located in Fukui, Japan. VG10 is a high-end steel, and it's high in carbon and chromium, which makes it a stainless steel with excellent corrosion resistance and high hardness. The presence of cobalt enhances the effect of all the materials in the steel. The handle is G10 and it's well sculpted. There's chamfering on all these sides over here, and there's scalloping for the middle finger as well when you hold it like that. So your middle finger rests on this scalloping over here, which is kind of a groove. So the ergos actually are pretty good. The G10 scales have no liners, but there is this stainless steel back over here, so like a back liner, and that gives it really its strength. So even though there are no liners inside, it doesn't feel soft in any way. There's also a lanyard hole over here if you like, and there is a deep carry pocket clip, very slim and narrow one, but I guess it matches the size of the knife. I personally prefer a thicker pocket clip, at least in terms of the width, but it would do. As mentioned, there's no lock. It is a slip joint, and it's got a nice snap to that and good lock up as well. Alright, with slip joints, of course, you have to be careful when you use it because it can close on you, but if you use it correctly, it should be fine. So, does the Lunar Lite slip joint make for a good urban EDC knife? Well, I think yes, especially for cities and countries that do not allow for locking knives, one-handed openings, or blades longer than 3 inches long. So it's very sleek. Right, you could carry this in your pocket, of course, no problem. Use the pocket clip if you like. You won't even feel it's there. You could also use an EDC organizer such as this one. So I'll take out my regular knife and we'll put this in. That fits in very nicely as well. So that's overall, I think this is pretty good. Now, some people may not like this back edge sticking out like that. Honestly, I've got no problem with it. It's not too much, I think, just a bit. In fact, the protrusion allows enough space to add a thumb stud if you want to turn this into a one-hand opener. And you can use one of these aftermarket products. So this is the quick thumb stud. I added one for my Buck 422. So this can go on as well, and we'll put it just about here. And then we use the Allen key that was provided and just tighten that and see how that goes. I think that should be fine. We'll see if that clears the pivot. But I've added a thumb stud. It's just enough space, so that's pretty good. So with that, yeah, that's a one-handed open knife now. And if that's legal in your country, you could actually use that, and that makes it nice. I generally prefer one-handed knives just for convenience. So as a slip joint, which is very sleek and slim, this is great to turn that into a one-hand opener. Well, so what do you think of the Lunar Lite? Do you think it makes for a good urban EDC knife? Do you like the addition of the thumb stud? Do you have this knife or have one of the other variations? Maybe the Boost with the frame lock, or maybe one in another color. Do let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep it forwarded, keep it safe.